Good evening and welcome to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the Premier League clash between Manchester City and Newcastle United this evening. I'm Russ Vernon, I'm your alternative commentator, and you are listening to the Commentary Hub. We'll look at the two sides right now, and then we'll go as we see the Premier League trophy being brought out onto these and the FA Cup and the Champions League as well from what they've won last year. The treble winners on Manchester City will run you through the two sides right now as we just watch those being put out onto the field there. So we'll just run you through the two sides, starting with Manchester City this evening, who line up with Edison in goal, Walker, Akanji, Diaz and Gvardiol across the back, Rodri and Kovacic in the holding midfield role, and then it's Foden, Alvarez and Grealish behind the lone striker of Erling Haaland. On the bench is Ortega, Phillips, Ake, Gomez, Perron, Bob, Palmer, Lewis and McAtee. As for Newcastle United, is Pope in goal, Trippier, Shaw, Bondman and Byrne, Tonali, Guimaraes and Joe Linton in midfield, with Almiron, Isak and Gordon in attack. On the bench is Dubravka, Lascelles, Wilson, Ritchie, Target, Barnes, Livramento, Anderson and Longstaff. Newcastle fans who are in the stand away to my right hand side, behind the goal away to my right, and in the corner are in fine voice this evening, and this is going to be a very big game in the Premier League. We'll run you through the scores from earlier today. We'll just run you through the match officials. His referees Rob Jones, who began his Premier League campaign at Brentford last Sunday, refereeing the 2-2 draw with Tottenham. His assistants are Ian Hussein and Adrian Holmes. Darren Bond is the fourth official. VAR is Jared Gillett, assisted by Eddie Smart. And Smart and Gillett are in Stockley Park. So then, we have had some tremendous games in the Premier League already this season and already this weekend as well. And we'll start off with the game that played on Friday evening at the City Ground, which you will have heard of on one of our partner channels, JB Sports, from JB himself with a JB exclusive, as he brought you that game last night over on JB Sports. And Nottingham Forest were 2-1 victors over Sheffield United. In today's matches then, Saturday the 19th of August, it finished Fulham 0, Brentford 3, Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 1. Luton and Burnley match postponed. Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Brighton of Albion 4. And probably the shock of the round so far, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester United 0 is a result as well. In the Premier League, Tottenham stunned Manchester United and are on 4 points now. Newcastle and Man City will climb above them, and Liverpool and Brentford with a victory tonight as they move on to 6 points in the Premier League table. Man City will also move above Liverpool, Tottenham and Brentford as they move on to 6 points and will move level with Brighton of Albion. The teams are going to be ready to come out of the tunnel very, very shortly in the Premier League match. The trophies are just being on a board which the fans are holding up above their heads in the stand opposite us, where the tunnel is, just above the tunnel is just down below us as we watch this. We're getting ready for Manchester City against Newcastle. Man City just now emerge into the tunnel. Newcastle were already in there and were being made to wait by Manchester City. This is going to be A good match today, I think. I'm expecting goals. So let's hope this does not let me down. We're Venom with you today then. And it's going to be some great games. And also, I just want to say, JB, if you're listening, my friend, great commentary earlier. Today's Ebro, your commentary of the game in the Championship between Plymouth Argyle and Southampton. With Southampton won with a late winner there. As the teams emerge from the tunnel here at the Etihad, with Man City coming out as they come out of the tunnel on the left of the walk, Newcastle on the right of the walk as teams emerge from the tunnel. I'm running through the sides again in just a moment as we will see them in again and give you them again in more detail as well and run you through the two sides again. No Kevin De Bruyne for Man City, he's out injured for 3 to 4 months. He was substituted in the first half of the game against Burnley. Bernardo Silva missed a subcut win on Wednesday due to illness. Ruben Diaz concussion and John Stones hip both missed the 3-0 win over Burnley, who were on the bench as unused subs against Sevilla in midweek. There's the man who was in red hot form last season and already off the mark this campaign as well. It's Erling Haaland. He stood alongside Phil Foden as the teams get ready to go through the handshakes ahead of kick-off. And let's take a look at the two sides again. And Manchester City's Ederson, he starts in goal for Pep Guardiola's side. Kyle Walker, Manuel Akanji, Ruben Diaz, Josko Gvardiol, Mateo Kovacic, Rodri, Phil Foden, Julian Alvarez, Jack Grealish and Erling Haaland. Mention Stefan Ortega, Rico Lewis, Nathan Ake, Sergio Gomez, Calvin Phillips, Maxime Perrault, James McAtee, Oscar Bob and Cole Palmer is the Man City side, with Man City playing a 4-2-3-1 formation today, which should be a good match and very interesting formation, that especially with the way Newcastle have lined up in what is going to be, what I think anyway, and we'll see if I get it correct in just a moment. I think Newcastle will be playing a 4-3-3. So it's Nick Pope in goal for them, Kieran Trippier, Fabian Schär, Sven Bondman and Dan Burn, Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes and Joe Linton, Miguel Almiron, Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon. On the bench, Martin Dubravka, Tino Livramento, Jamal Lascelles, Matt Target, Sean Longstaff, Matt Ritchie, Elliot Anderson, Harvey Barnes and Callum Wilson. And it is a 4-3-3 for Newcastle. Gordon on the left, Almiron on the right with Isak through the middle, Joe Linton, Guimaraes and Tonali in midfield, Burn left back, Trippier right back, Sean Bondman in the defensive partnering in the central of the back four, with Pope between the sticks today. A reminder of who the match referees is Rob Jones, who began his Premier League campaign at Brentford last Sunday, refereeing the 2-2 draw with Spurs, Ian Hussein and Adrian Holmes. And Mr. Bond, Darren Bond, is the fourth official. Jared Gillett and Eddie Smart are those representing VAR. And hopefully we won't have any VAR controversies today in the match here. Today, as I think we had some in the Liverpool game early from what people have been saying on social media. So we'll keep an eye out for that. There's Rob Jones, match referee today. And it'll be interesting to see how well he does in the Premier League, and especially handle this occasion well, which is two good teams going head to head at the Etihad in this Saturday evening match. It'll be Manchester City who will kick the game off, attacking the goal away to my right hand side in the first half. City in sky blue white shirts, sky blue socks, Newcastle in their black and white shirts, black shorts, black socks. and Rob Jones is ready. Well, and City have got the game off and underway and is all the way back to Edison with the first touch of the game for the Man City goalkeeper. He is long looking down, looking for Erling Haaland. He's headed away there as Newcastle just defend well. There's a play down over on the far side for Newcastle. Ball bouncing around in the middle of the park. There's a play down injured here for Newcastle United. I'm trying to look. So it is. It's Fabian Schell's down here. I think it happened when he won the initial head up against Erling Haaland. He's now sat up here. Trippier with him as the physio's coming on. I'm just looking at what happened here. He landed awkwardly, I think, on his with his arm down on the floor and out as he landed there. Don't see Haaland did anything wrong. I think it's just the way he's landed on his right shoulder there for Fabian Schär. We've got a stoppage in play. A minute gone already. It's Man City 0, Newcastle 0, and a stoppage in play already in this game. Hopefully everyone is doing all right. We've got some more games coming up this weekend. A double header of Premier League action tomorrow for you, which will be good to listen to if you're unable to watch the games. And if you're unable to watch this game today, you'll be interested to see if Fabian Schär does have to come off here for Newcastle United. It would be a big blow for them if he does have to come off, but it would be Jamal Lascelles that would have to probably come on in his place here. Tyndall and Howe just in conversation has received a shot of Lascelles warming up on the touchline. There is Howe and Tyndall in conversations again, being spoken to by medical staff through an earpiece. So maybe Fabian Schär may have to come off here, which is not a very good start here as Newcastle will try and come forward, but they give the ball back to City as City had possession when the play was stopped. And now here comes Manchester City in possession with Ruben Diaz. Mateo Kovacic. Back to Diaz it goes. And now Akanji just knocks the ball out round well, and here he has to get the ball forward. Here's Kyle Walker. Let's see, run away from him, and Gordon nips in to get the ball back. But they're given away there by Pope to Walker. I think he was playing for England there for a moment. Here's Mateo Kovacic, the Croatian, into Rodri the Spaniard. Now Manuel Akanji across to Josko Gvardiol, making his first start in the Premier League for Manchester City tonight. Ruben Diaz just hits the ball forward down the flank to Kyle Walker, who's just flagged offside there, and I think that is the correct call. To be honest, coming up towards 3.5 minutes gone in this match in the Premier League. It's Man City 0, Newcastle United 0. Let us know your thoughts where you're watching from today. Yes, I noticed that Paul says, our producer says, sure looks like he fell awkwardly, may have a dislocated shoulder. It did look like a dislocated shoulder to me as well, Paul, for a moment. I said to come forward possession. Here's Gvardiol into the path of Kovacic. Now Phil Foden spreads it out wide to this right hand side, and Walker. Infield to Rodri. Kovacic. Gvardiol. Switching the play to find Walker. Takes it down well, just Kyle Walker. Into Rodri. Akanji. Diaz. Now Kovacic. Rodri. Being closed down by Tonali. Good play there from Sandro Tonali, who's closing down the Newcastle, making Newcastle force City into mistakes here early on in this Premier League game. City try and get the ball up to the main man, Erling Haaland, who does well to keep hold of the ball, but then he loses out. First fan ball not given by the officials as the ball up forward looking for Isak. He's cut out brilliantly by Ruben Diaz, and City will come forward again here now with Man City on the ball with Rodri. What can Rodri do with possession? He keeps the ball forward looking for the win of Haaland and Walker, but too much on that ball forward there from Ruben Dias. I think he was. Now here's Sandro Tonali breaking over halfway. Still going Sandro Tonali. He goes down. Bob Jones says no free kick. He gets back up to his feet and will continue then. Sandro Tonali up against Grimaldi. Comes out on top this time, but Newcastle have got the ball back and they will try and come forward down the far side. Here's Almiron into Trippier. But the offside flag is up against Kieran Trippier there. And it's Man City 0, Newcastle 0. And I think Trippier, yes, he's just gone a fraction early there. The England and Newcastle right back. Trippier is sometimes deployed as a left back under Gareth Southgate for England. As here is Newcastle in possession with Tonali, who gives the ball away to Grimaldi. Grimaldi spreads it out wide now to Kyle Walker, who can gallop forward down the right hand side. Coach team field does Walker. Now Rodri. Chipped out wide to Kyle Walker on this near side. Back in field then to Rodri. Now Kovacic onto Akanji, who's pushed a bit further high up than expected there, Manuel Akanji. Ball into Haaland, who turns. Can't pick out Foden. Joe Linton can get the ball away from Newcastle if he can get it out there, but he can't. Now Foden. Rodri. Kovacic, Rodri. Dias. From the back to Rodri. Akanji back to Grimaldi, who just turns away unless he run all the way back to his goalkeeper Ederson, and City will start again here. Good play this from Manchester City as they spread the ball out wide here, looking for the run here of Kovacic. Now Dias. Now Kovacic again. Here's Rodri. Spreads it out wide to Grealish. Good play this from Jack Grealish for Manchester City as he will try and come forward. Here's Ruben Dias now, fetching it up towards halfway. Out wide to Walker. Back in field to Rodri. Akanji drops it back to Rodri as City just look to keep all of possession and build a bit of momentum. Passing out from the back, and sometimes passing out from the back can cause a number of problems. As here's Kyle Walker now for Manchester City. Comes in field to Manuel Akanji. Akanji to Ruben Dias. Now Rodri to Kovacic. Now Grimaldi. Here's Kovacic. Rodri. Twisting, turning. Finds Grimaldi. What does this Cruyff turning? Then plays out wide to Grealish. Grealish inside to Rodri. Ball into Phil Foden in the pocket of space. Out wide from Alvarez to Grealish. Inside the penalty. Really shut his box. First round ball, nothing given. And Newcastle will try and bring the ball away. Is he fouled there? Gunnar Gimmersh. The referee says no. But the referee stopped it for a moment there. What's he going to do is get a free kick for a foul by Jack Grealish there. And I'm just trying to look at this again. Grealish with the ball in. No ball there. I'm not sure Grealish did anything wrong here. No, for me, didn't. Don't know what Grealish did wrong there for Man City and the referee to give a free kick against him. Yeah, telling his team to switch on. Because Man City on this right hand side, if they can get back and switch to cross it, we've got Kyle Walker in plenty of space. City have a throw in. Takes into the path of Ruben Dias. Who comes up towards halfway now, Kyle Walker. Good play this, Kyle Walker to Rodri. Now City build again with Gvardiol. Akanji back to Gvardiol. Back he goes into the path of Edison. Edison chip ball into Walker. Brings it down well. What can they do here with possession as the ball drops all the way back here? Now Man City will try and come forward. And they can break here with Grealish and others who can't keep on the possession. Now Nux will come forward. Miguel Almiron twisting one way then the other. How wide it goes into the path of Gordon. Joe Linton. Here is Bruno Guimaraes. Sandro Tonali. Almiron again. Tonali back to Almiron. Now here is Cher. To bomb him into the midfield towards Guimaraes. Why is it bad Bruno Guimaraes? Now Cher. Joe Linton Guimaraes. Joe Linton. Gives the ball away now. Phil Foden can profit. Can play for Erling Haaland. He can. To the penalty. Erling Haaland just can't take it under control. And away to my right hand side. City concede a goal kick. Poor ball by Phil Foden. Played it too far in front of Erling Haaland. But Haaland managed to just, and that's what made Haaland not be able to keep the ball in play there and stop the ball from going out for a goal kick to Manchester City. Coming up towards just over 11.5 minutes gone now here. It's Man City 0, Newcastle United 0 here on the commentary hub. And free kick to Man City for a foul inside their own half, as City will just go with it and try and pick out Kyle Walker. Back he goes from Walker to Diaz. Push to Gvardiol. He's got Grealish outside of him and finds him. Grealish to Gvardiol. As City look to keep possession. Back to Edison. Across to Diaz. Now Walker. Kyle Walker can fetch the ball forward. He's giving it away to Joe Linton. Who gives the ball away to Foden. Both teams guilty of giving the ball away in that moment there. Now I want to Jack Grealish. This game just lacking the quality in the final third from either side of this moment in time. Kovacic coming over halfway and winning with possession. Can't pick out Haaland. Just a through ball was cut out brilliantly by the Newcastle defence. Shaw and Bondman. And then also helped out by Guimaraes. It's Julian Alvarez. Drops the ball back to Gvardiol. City just knocking the ball around well, and eventually we'll start knocking on the Newcastle door as the ball is played out wide to Kyle Walker. It was a penalty for Phil Foden. Here now is Manuel Akanji who goes for goal and just over. Manuel Akanji lining up the shot there. But the shot was not with that much venom or troubling the goalkeeper there. Too much height on the effort, too much curl on it. Needed to be a low curling drive to try and be the goalkeeper, Ellis Nipper from there. It was all in pink this evening. And they normally say pink is to make the boys wink. Any boys out there, are you winking right now? I wonder if our producer's winking right now. There's no Paul. Here is City in possession with Diaz. Who's just knocking the ball around well. Here's Rodri. Across to Grealish. Into Rodri. Switch of play towards Kyle Walker, who just gets there. Walker cut back to Kovacic. Will he line a one up here, Kovacic? No. He's still going. Into Rodri now. How wide? He goes to Walker. Good play this is. Rodgers. Walker just knocks the ball around well. Here comes City in possession. Good play this from Manchester City. Keep hold of the ball. Diaz. Good full work. from the City defender. To find Walker, who just has to get it back because there's no real opening for Manchester City on this near side as Kovacic gets the ball forward to Foden. Back into Mateo Kovacic, who will try and get the ball looking for Erling Haaland, who can get the ball under control there, the Norwegian, who scored a whopping 52 goals last season across all competitions. Paul says he's not to that answer then. Luke is on. Good evening, my friend. Hope you're feeling better. And he didn't have much of a voice last night. And I wonder why that is, Luke. I think we all know Nottingham Forest winning 2-1 against Sheffield United is the reason for our very own resident Nottingham Forest fan to lose his voice a bit last night. Hopefully he's coming back to you now, mate. He said to me earlier, Russ, it's all coming back to me now. As it is Diaz back, it goes to Edison. And Manchester City just knocking the ball around. Well, here's Kovacic back to Edison and now spraying the ball. Out wide is Kyle Walker. Walker will fetch the ball forward. What can he do here now, Kyle Walker? Good play this from Walker in field. To Mateo Kovacic. Mateo Kovacic is knocking it around well. Good play this from Manchester City is. Walker with the ball forward looking for unavailing Haaland, but City just intercepts. Joe Linton just ties up for the Magpies. Isak turns away. Thought he was going to lay run for Tonali, but he takes one instead. Here's Anthony Gordon, left hand side of the penalty area. Going one with another. Low ball in. Had to be out away by Akanji coming into the back post there for Manchester City. And Anthony Gordon just defending really, really well there. Then to Gordon. Drops the ball back into the path of Bondman. Now it is Schär. And the ball over the top looking Almiron, who fetches down well. Miguel Almiron with full play to Guimaraes towards Sandro Tonali, whose ball we can't reach the end of that ball there. Good to hear that, my friend from Luke says, I don't know why. I don't know, why would that be? Yes, it's back to now. So just sounding a bit deeper, laugh out loud. At least he can make noise again. And good to hear that, my friend. And good to hear that you're back, feeling your normal self again. Whatever that normally is, or as normal as you can be. As he's Anthony Gordon now, for Newcastle United. Good ball into Bruno Guimaraes. Sandro Tonali finds Dan Burn, who just stopped it from going out and play for a flying to City there. Bruno Guimaraes. Fabian Schär. How wide it goes then from Schär to Trippier. Back he goes to Fabian Schär. Good bit of footwork here. Joe Linton into the path of Anthony Gordon, into Sandro Tonali. Tonali back to Gordon, back to Tonali. Cross through pass to Trippier. Trippier gets the ball forward. Wonderful ball from Trippier to find Miguel Almiron, who's bursting the good down the right hand side. To Bruno Guimaraes, edge of the penalty area. Goes it for Dan Burn. Now Alexander Isak. Crossing in field. Bruno Guimaraes lets the ball run. We get there now by Trippier of Newcastle. Towards Isak's side of the penalty end. Man City just managed to clear up towards halfway. Burn heads away. There's for Phil Foden, who challenges and wins the header. Walker flicks the header on. Foden fetches the ball forward. Diaz. Oh no, it was Roger with it further forward. And that was headed by Trippier into the path of Nick Pope, who does really, really well. To Clement, then up. Good throw to Tonali. Back he goes as Newcastle will just keep hold of the ball. What can Newcastle United do here now? It's Dan Burn to fetch the ball forward. Good play this from Newcastle United, who knock the ball around superbly well. Here comes City, who fetches ball forward. Here's Tonali. Down the line, he goes looking for Miguel Almiron against Manuel Akanji. He turns down Isak, edge of the box. Isak goes one way and the other, on the right hand side now. Moves the ball back. Joe Linton, edge of the box, shot blocked. Cleared away by City. But Tonali nips in to get a foot to the ball. He now breaks for Dan Burn. The centre back come left back for Newcastle United. Tonali. Joe Linton gets the ball through looking for Gordon, but too much on that. Goes behind for a goal kick to City, and after 21 minutes gone, it's City 0, Newcastle 0, and it's been a good start to this game. Look, what we'll say, my friend, is everyone's normal in their own unique way. As here is Pep Guardiola just on the touchline as sees Edison clear the ball forward for his City side, and he bounced all the way through into the path of Erling Haaland, who just keeps the ball in play, but then fantastic defending by Bondman was across there to clear the ball away. Man City 0, Newcastle United 0. If you just joined us here on the commentary of 21.5 minutes gone in this Premier League encounter. Man City 0, Newcastle 0. If you are tuned into us today right now, thank you very much for doing so. You are very much appreciated by everyone. Here are the commentary, whether you listen to our coverage live or whether it is on a delay. You always do tremendous work to provide the listening figures for us. It remains Man City 0, Newcastle United 0 in the Premier League here on the commentary of JB Sports Storm FM, live on Twitch as well. On the commentary of Twitch, we're also live on commentary on YouTube. We're also live on my Twitch as well. Russ VJ, note to follow me on Twitch there as City have possession and free and advantages. Diaz goes down, smacking the floor, and he looks in discomfort there. Ruben Diaz. And Ben and Gordon trying to apologise for what he did there when he just went just down the back of him as he played the ball away there. Anthony Gordon on Ruben Diaz. But Diaz weren't happy with what Gordon was doing there. And neither was some of the other Newcastle City players. Gordon is the first recipient of the yellow card from Mr. Jones tonight. A bit of a late one that for me. There's a bit of a late kick-off here on a Saturday evening for me as well. I'm not done a talk on a Saturday evening for quite a bit, especially of a Premier League match. And City will come forward with Grealish up towards Haaland. Headed away there, brilliantly by Pope. City will look to go on with it quickly. They've had to slow it down a bit as no one was in support. Goes back to Gvardiol. Rodri. Back to Gvardiol. Rodri again. City spread the ball out wide brilliantly. Find Kyle Walker. Cushion field is Kyle Walker. Breaks for Kovacic. Back to Walker he goes. Takes a touch, Kyle Walker. Back to Kovacic. Rodri now. City just toying with Newcastle, but Newcastle just toying with them every time they get the ball as well. And he's back with Pope, who clears up towards halfway and Gordon. But the whistle's gone there. Free kick to Newcastle United. Foul on Bruno Guimaraes on the edge of his own penalty area. Now Ben just knocks it back to his partner to take it. And they've taken it quickly now of Manchester City. Some brilliant live offering that we've got for you coming up in the next day or so, especially tomorrow morning. I'll tell you all about that one very shortly, but because that one tomorrow morning is a big one and is one that you don't want to miss. When we get the ball out of play, I'll tell you all about that one. That's coming up tomorrow morning here on the Comment Hub. Also live on JB Sports, Storm FM, Comment Hub 2, and Twitch as well. As the ball goes into us, Erling Haaland, no appeals for a penalty from any of the City players, including Haaland himself. And I don't think none of the City fans even appealed for that one there. As here comes Roger now for City. Good ball into Kovacic. Mateo Kovacic finds Jack Grealish, who attacks down the near side. City just give the ball away. Now he comes again with Kovacic. And now Rodri. Into Foden. Back into the edge of the box. Can't figure out Haaland or Alvarez. But Newcastle can't keep on hold of possession. Here's Grealish. Works it to Alvarez. With full play. What can they do here now? Ball spread out to Walker, who can't keep the ball in. Goes behind for a goal kick to Newcastle United. And that's really good ball across again from Manchester City. Walker made the run onside as well. Just couldn't direct it back across goal as the ball bounced up as he hit it. And now here comes Sandro Tonali, who drops it all the way back here. Now Manchester City will have to just watch out here as Newcastle come forward with Tonali. Cross field pass to Gordon, brings it down well on his chest. And now City just strolling around, getting back in position as Newcastle try and penetrate them in behind. Ball over the top there is offside, but against Trippier, but City have the referee Rob Jones where's advantages. Teo Kovacic into the path of Phil Foden. He's got Julian Alvarez outside of him. Alvarez inside the penalty, ball across, looking for Haaland, cleared away. Foden's there, but Grealish allows it to bounce, plays it off. Miguel Almiron there, and he goes behind for a throw-in. We see Newcastle at the Etihad against Manchester City. Manchester 0. Newcastle in the Premier League. Was filling to guide you through the action. Is here now. Is a Kanji for City. Out to Jack Grealish, who will look to come forward with possession. He breaks for Mateo Kovacic. And now Mateo Kovacic to Diaz. Back to Kovacic, and now almost caught in possession. Here is Man City 0, Newcastle 0. As the ball was Erling Haaland. Finds Phil Foden with a little layoff. How wide it goes to Grealish. Grealish goes one way then the other. It's a shot blocked. Back to Grealish, who puts the delicate ball in. Walker there, headed down to Kovacic. Kovacic's strike is blocked. Breaks into the path. Now of Man City through a Kanji, tries to come forward. Wonderful play there, so City come forward here now. Striking on goal is blocked. How wide it goes for Manchester City to try and maintain their pressure, but he's out of play for a throw into Newcastle off of Ruben Diaz. As City just watch on with intent. Newcastle 0, City 0, and you can see Justin and Eddie Howe trying to figure out what sort of plans they can do to try and create more goal scoring opportunities as long as they keep this, I would call it a mid to low block. Much of the defence from Manchester City to keep it busy. Now Man City with a throwing. Walker score back to Ruben Diaz. And Diaz Look to come forward. Instead of Hans Gvardiol. Wonderful bit of play is Derek Kovacic. Out to Kyle Walker. Back into Kovacic, who moves the ball forward into Phil Foden's path. When it's the penalty. Alvarez! Oh, what a goal! Julian Alvarez opens the scoring, and Manchester City lead. It's a well taken goal by Manchester City, and Julian Alvarez has got it. Sublime finish from the Argentine. And if Newcastle had Dubravka in there with Nick Pope, I don't think he would have kept it out. Right in the postage stamp. City lead by a goal to nil. And his man Julian Alvarez with the goal. Wonderful bit of play again from Manchester City. Foden across. And Alvarez, sweetly, just picked his spot. Didn't even look where he was going. He knew exactly where the goal was. I think Paul may have got an answer. You could just see from this angle. Yes, just a fingertip to it. Couldn't keep it out. And City have a 1-goal lead here against Newcastle. And it's by Newcastle having a lot of possession in the final third in the last few minutes. They've been able to take advantage of that. And they've now been punished. And City lead by a goal to nil. Here's the goal scorer, Alvarez, but Newcastle win the ball back. As now here is Dan Burn, who will fetch the ball for Joelinton. Does well, wonderful bit of work. There's here now. Comes Joelinton again, who turns away and wins his side a free kick there. That's clever play from Joelinton to just take a bit of pressure off his side and win it quite comfortably there. And Luke says, what a goal, Alvarez. That is some strike. It was some strike as well, Luke. Cracking finish. And he took it well. Fired it straight into the top corner. Keeper. And no chance. And now Nick Pope, who you will have a real chance there to keep that shot out from Julian Alvarez. Is done well in the game leading up to the goal, as Nick Pope. He's looked assured. He's had the ball at his feet. Good coming in, demanding the ball from crosses and set pieces. And if he has to play out from the back, he's probably, I'd say, that's the most areas probably having a wee bit of trouble in. As City win is a free kick foul by Tonali, who goes into the referee's no book here, Sandro Tonali. And I'm a bit surprised by this one, where Sandro Tonali goes into the book here. Did he say he didn't get the ball there? I'm just watching this again. A challenge on Foden, nothing given there. Tonali were booked for free kick to City, but I didn't see anything in that to give a free kick to City, who are reigning champions in the Premier League, Champions League, and the FA Cup. As is Jack Grealish, who will just watch the ball well here. Julian Alvarez out wide to Phil Foden. Alvarez again, twisting and turning, ball into the penalty area. Wait for Kovacic to shoot, it's blocked. City will try and come away with it. It's Gordon who's being brought down here, and there's a free kick to Manchester City. Manchester City lead by a goal to nil in this game, and it was a well taken goal. Luke saying that was a yellow card there, and I have to agree with him. Some referees may not have given it though, but some referees would have probably done so. As here City with Gvardiol taking a quick throw to Akanji, and now finds Ruben Dias, and City will try and build from the back. Here's Walker now. Back he goes to Dias. And he drops it all the way back to Edison. Edison plays the ball out low, along the floor. Gimaresh wins the ball back. And now Newcastle will try and break over on that far side. With Almiron on the edge of the box. Miguel Almiron. Drops it for Dan Burn. Burn inside to Guimaraes. Guimaraes out wide it goes. Share now back to Bondman. Bondman does well. And free kick to City, free kick to Newcastle, foul by Rodri. And Diao just making some notes while crouched down on one knee. Man City 1, Newcastle 0, and our very own Kieran Riley, who, as most of our listeners and contributors know, is a Wolves fan. He thinks he upset their goalkeeper Jose Sarr earlier today at the Newcastle game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Between Wolves and Brighton, should I say. Here's Gordon. Newcastle just keeping possession. Ball chipped over the top looking for Miguel Almiron. I think he may just be offside there, Miguel Almiron. Flag hasn't gone up just yet. Almiron's shot is blocked. Does the flag go up now? No, it doesn't, so it was just onside here. VAR are checking something here. I'm not sure what VAR are checking here. Potential handball here against Mateo Kovacic. I think it is. Nothing given to that. Referee says play on. No handball there. Play on is the referee. Yes, if you know a little group there in the WhatsApp chat for our commentators, you'll see what I'm on about. I'll mention about that at half time as is Phil Foden now for City, out wide to Jack Grealish. Down the left hand side, Grealish into the penalty area now. Grealish goes for goal, shot blocked, cleared away. Newcastle will try and fetch his ball away with Gordon. But throws Alexander Isak, who does well to charge away from Akanji. Can't keep the ball in play. Akanji did really well to get back there and win his side of throwing. Rodri with the ball. He's well here, Rodri. He's playing out wide to Josko Gvardiol, the new recruit from Leipzig. Spent quite a bit of money on him, did Manchester City, this window. This summer window. And Edison just clears the ball away. Newcastle will come again here and try and get an equaliser just before half time is Bruno Guimaraes. Wide he goes to Miguel Almiron. Almiron back he goes to Trippier. Back to Shaw. Now Bondman. Newcastle moving this ball around really well. Here's Bondman again. Good play back to Nick Pope. Pope does really well to find Fabian Schär. We'll play this from Man City against Newcastle, and remains Man City 1, Newcastle 0. Here comes Bondman to fetch the ball up towards halfway, and Bondman finds Bernard Gordon. Good footwork this from Newcastle. Rollington to Guimaraes. Tanola to Guimaraes. Ripping hand space out on the far side and he finds him. Back to Miguel Almiron. Bruno Guimaraes. Sandro Tanola to Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes to Tanola again. Newcastle just knocking the ball around well here. And just keeping the ball fairly simply. Making simple passes. Not trying to force them unless that option is open. Is out wide now with Almiron inside the penalty area. Goes down. The referee says no. I didn't think there was anything in that as Akanji came across there. We'll just look at it again if we can. The last challenge. And I've had between the two players that went down. And for me, I'm not really sure if you could do anything else about that, as we see Man City against Newcastle United. Wonderful play here between the two sides as they will try and fetch the ball up towards halfway. Here's Walker. Good ball all the way back there to Edison. Edison plays it up towards halfway and he breaks now for Julian Alvarez. Wonderful control by Julian Alvarez into Phil Foden. Running behind is Haaland. Haaland strikes a goal and just wide from Erling Haaland. I thought that was two for a moment, but Erling Haaland, brilliant bit of play. Wonderful teardown brilliantly by Julian Alvarez initially over on that far side. He played the ball into Phil Foden, whose clever ball into the path of Haaland. Just sees the Norwegian striking through the legs of Dan Burn, but just the wrong side of the post for a Man City point of view, the right side for a Newcastle point of view, as the Kanji just gets the ball for it. Is Rodri now in the centre circle to Kovacic. Rodri again. Now Diaz to Grealish, and now Gvardiol again to Diaz. Diaz finds Gvardiol. Gvardiol drops it back into the path of Edison. And now here comes City with Diaz up towards Haaland and halfway. No free kick given. City are leading, by the way, guys, but he's not the main man you think it is if you're just joining us. Not by Erling Haaland, but by his strike partner for this evening in Julian Alvarez. As here is Miguel Almiron, just controls well up against the Kanji, but then the Kanji just comes out on top against him there. City 1, Newcastle 0, and Newcastle will try and get the ball forward, but it's cleared away out for a throw-in. And it remains Man City 1, Newcastle 0. If you're just tuning into us here on the commentary bus, Venom with us, or with you, describing the action in this Premier League clash at the Etihad. Man City 1, Newcastle 0 is the scoreline if you want to get in touch with us. Please feel free to do so. Here comes Manchester City in possession with Grealish to Akanji. Akanji will drop the ball back. And now it spreads out wide to Walker. Back it goes to Diaz. Clears it first time. Walks in again up towards Haaland. Back towards Grealish. Takes away from Tonali. Here's Walker. How wide is Grealish? Against one, up against two. Down the penalty. Grealish delivers the ball in. Down for a corner, and City beginning to really pile on the pressure now towards the end of this first half in what has been a good match between City and Newcastle, and they've caused a number of problems of Newcastle when they've got forward. City have had a lot of thinking to do defensively. City with a corner which will be taken by Jack Grealish has got some thinking to do here if they are to get anything out of this game. Is in towards the penalty area. It goes. Ended by Rodri. Back to where brilliantly well there by Bruno Guimaraes, and now Alexander Isak. I'm trying to get Anthony Gordon away, but Isak just moves out to Foden. And now City will come away with possession. Foden down the line is Haaland. Left hand side of the penalty area. To Grealish. Grealish goes down. No free kick given. And Grealish should be bumped there for me. Little sarcastic applause towards the referee. But the referee has not added that time up. Get a yellow card to Jack Grealish there. and a free kick to Newcastle coming towards the end of the first half. Man City 1, Newcastle 0. As here comes Manchester City with possession, just knocking the ball around well as we enter 3 additional minutes at the end of this first period. Here's Nick Pope now. Good ball forward from Nick Pope, and here is Sandro Tonali, who can spread the ball out wide here. And Manchester City will fetch the ball forward. Well, they know him, but Newcastle fetch the ball forward as they won possession back. The Magpies. Now Byrne has it. Near side as we watch. With full play this as here comes Man City 1, Newcastle 0. And here is Newcastle in possession. They're just knocking around well, just trying to get to half time to go behind, and so they can have a regroup, rethink about the shape, and ready to come out for the second half. We're gonna at half time. We're gonna go for a quick break at half time, and then when I get back, I will let you know about Kieran Riley and his run and his very upset the Wolves goalkeeper Jose Sarr earlier today, and explain everything that's happened with Kieran and Molineux earlier today between him and Jose Sarr. This is Miguel Almiron. With full play down the line, he goes towards the penalty. It's place for Gordon, can't give the move alive. Newcastle just lose out until they get back on the edge of the penalty area and will build again. We may not have time to equalise before half time. The referee looks at his watch. Will the whistle go to his lips any time now? He should be. Into the final few seconds of the first half. Looks to give the ball away. City just trying to get forward. Whistle will be going shortly into the final few seconds of the first period of of first half. Stoppage time. Final 30 seconds to go now. Man City 1, Newcastle 0. As is Walker down the right hand side. As this for attack. Over on the far side then is a nudge off the ball there, and Walker just apologises to the steward in that corner and to the fan for getting barged into them as we after this throw from Ben. I think referee Rob Jones will pull whistle to lips to end the first period of play. The throw doesn't get a chance to be taken as there goes the half-time whistle in this game between Manchester City and Newcastle United. It was a sublime strike from Julian Alvarez. The difference between the two sides at the break. A well-taken finish after a wonderful bit of play involving Phil Foden. Is City going to lead at the break by a goal to nil thanks to Julian Alvarez's goal on 31 minutes. At the break as Foden leaves talking to Grealish at half-time and talking to Kieran Trippier. It's Man City 1, Newcastle 0. Join me in about 15 minutes time. Hello and welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the game between Manchester City and Newcastle United. Man City lead by a goal to nil in the Premier League match between Newcastle and the Citizens at the Etihad. Thanks to a wonderful goal from Julian Alvarez. Just before the second half kicks off, we've just received some breaking news that Alexander Mitrovic has joined Al Hilal on the deal in excess of £50 million. He missed Fulham's game earlier today. 3-year deal has been agreed and he has now completed the move there. So another player from the English League going across to the Saudi Arabian League. And one of our mates and colleagues, Kieran Riley, was at the Wolverhampton Wanderers game earlier against Brighton. And he says he may have angered Wolverhampton Wanderers goalkeeper Jose Sarr earlier today. So I asked him what happened. He said he was messing around at the end and nearly cost Wolves another goal. So he shouted to Sarr, "Come on Sarr, wake up." And he turned around and responded to Kieran saying, "Do you want to play instead?" And he says, and Kieran says, Sarr looked very annoyed at Kieran when he said that back to him. So I think Kieran likes making friends with his own players, if that's what you like to call it. The teams are back out now for the second half in this game. No changes to either side. It looks like there's Miguel Almiron who started the game here, Man City against Newcastle. Just awaiting some of the Newcastle back out there. City making their way back out now with the looks like the 4 officials being changed to Anthony Taylor from Darren Bond. And I've just seen Anthony Taylor coming out now, so I do apologise about that. Here is Rob Jones was the referee, assisted by Innocent and Adrian Holmes. Anthony Taylor, 4th official, Jared Gillett and Eddie Smart doing the VAR duty. We'll run you through the two sides again in just a moment as Isak will get ready to kick us off. They'll be attacking the goal away to our right hand side of Newcastle in their black and white shirts, black shorts, black socks. Isak is already, Newcastle already, Man City already in the game. It's back on the way for the second half in the Premier League between Manchester City and Newcastle, with Man City leading by a goal to nil. Here is Joe Linton to Sandro Tonali. And Sandro Tonali is pulled back there by Julian Alvarez, and I think Alvarez will go into the book. Second foul of the game by Julian Alvarez, but the one at the start of the second half. And I can see the referee saying, one in the first half, one just now. You've gone into the no book. You've had one too many challenges like that. We'll go through the two sides again in just a moment as we get ready to see this. As Newcastle with a free kick to be taken by Share. We'll see long downfield looking for one of Byrne and Bondman. And now it's Joelinton. All wide to Anthony Gordon. Back to Dan Byrne. Byrne in towards the penalty at the back post. Ball flicked into the penalty. As a bad down. Isak goes down. Rob Jones looks at it. Blows his whistle. Offside flag is up in there. I think VAR will just check this to make sure the offside call is correct. As his ball comes back in here, he's flicked on there. I'm not sure if he's flagged offside there, but he's been a challenge for the ball, but not when the ball got not back in for me. There's a nudge in the back by Roger on Isak, not enough in that for a penalty anyway, in my opinion. And the referee and City get back on the game with a free kick, and they will try and come forward Control chest possession. Back to Diaz. Back to Edison. And no clear to away with Edison in goal. City Walker, Akanji Diaz, and Gavardiol across the back. It's Kovacic and Rodri in midfield. Foden, Alvarez and Grealish. And then in attack, Erling Haaland. Newcastle is Pope in goal. Trippier, Shaw, Bowman and Bain. Awad is Tonali, Guimaraes, Joelinton, Almiron, Isak and Gordon. As Gordon has a strike which is blocked. And it goes out for a throw-in. Which is taking a double deflection on the way, because it's a City throw to be taken by Kyle Walker over on that far side. Eddie Howe watching on his side, trailing by a goal to nil. A wonder strike from Julian Alvarez to give City the lead. As Tonali finds Trippier. Back to Tonali, and now infield to Shaw. Now Trippier. Ball into Tonali, who makes an amazing run forward. Awad is Miguel Almiron. Down the line he goes, is Miguel Almiron. Into Kieran Trippier. Trippier leaves a cross in, goes to everybody's head. He makes for Joelinton in the back post. Joelinton into Anthony Gordon, who turns away. Gordon strikes, he takes deflection. He said no. He goes down for a goal kick. Looks as though he may have took a deflection initially there. As we just see this effort here, Gordon spins away. Looks like he took a deflection initially, but on that replay there, we've just seen he didn't. Man City 1, Newcastle 0. As the ball is here forward, looking for Erling Haaland inside the penalty. Haaland strikes a goal, it's saved by Pope, and now City will have to get back on their haunches and defend as Newcastle with Guimaraes gives it back to Pope. Now Shaw into Tonali, who turns away. Runs into trouble in the shape of Rodri. Breaks with Grealish to Kovacic side the ball run. Awad to Julian Alvarez, the goal scorer. Back to Mateo Kovacic. Rodri. Awad to Diaz. Never wide is Kyle Walker. Walker will deliver the ball into the penalty area. It will come all the way through and cleared away the back post by Trippier. Out for a throw in to Manchester City. Good play this from City as Gavardiol takes the throw into Rodri. Now find Kovacic. There's a fantastic bit of play here from Man City as here comes now Mateo Kovacic again. Gavardiol. Grealish goes down off the ball. Referee says no. Grealish not happy as City with Trippier just clears all the way looking for Isak. Edison, brilliant defensive work there from the goalkeeper. He got his starting position spot on. Came racing out and edges the ball clear. And now Rodri gets the ball into the path of Alvarez, who goes down. No free kick given initially, but now the referee's given it. He waits to see if there was an advantage at first. No advantage was coming, so he brings it back for the foul. Good refereeing that from Rob Jones. He looked to see if there was an advantage. Advantage wasn't coming, so he brought it back for the free kick. Alvarez been helped to his feet by Ruben Dias as Man City lead by a goal to nil. Man City 1, Newcastle 0 in the game between the two sides in the Premier League. Walker to take this free kick. Will he? No, he'll leave it for Julian Alvarez to take it. Kanji up there, Gvardiol, Grealish, Rodri all inside the penalty area. Haaland in there too. It breaks into Pope of Pope, who claimed it in his arms quite comfortably. Rolls the ball out to Fabian Schär, who watches it. Finds Bruno Guimaraes, who drops it into the path of Bondman. Now Dan Burn. Now that was Tonali out there. Now Sandro Tonali chips the ball forward, wonderful control by Anthony Gordon. He's got Burn on the overlap. He wants to use him. Gordon. Wonderful one from Anthony Gordon. Facing towards the penalty area. Just challenged well there by Ruben Dias, who was bad there defending. And now City just defending. Ruben Dias just acts it clear. There's a challenge there. Let City play on. Dias remains down. Gordon back to his feet now. There's another City in Newcastle player goes down on halfway. Yeah? Joel Linton is the Newcastle player who's down. Diaz is down and still near the penalty area, and is Anthony Gordon here. And that's the late challenge from Anthony Gordon. That may be a yellow card offence. But then again, I saw a video of the red card given in the Liverpool-Bournemouth game today, which Alexis McAllister got, and it was similar to that. And Joe Linton, with a similar sort of challenge to the one Alexis McAllister did early on in the day, only picks up a yellow card. Alexis McAllister got sent off. Make of that what you will. As there was a challenge between Anthony Gordon and Ruben Dias. As we see Harvey Barnes being spoken to by Jason Tindall's Newcastle, will be the ones to blink first in making a substitution here. Man City 1, Newcastle 0. Between the two sides. Wonder what will be conjured up in this game. Newcastle just tidying up fairly comfortably. Here is City doing really well as pile on the pressure on Newcastle. Stop Newcastle from playing out from the back. Forward to Dias. Now Walker. Akanji's there. Gavardio. Back to Manuel Akanji. Kovacic. It goes into Foden. Back to Kovacic, who's telling everyone to just calm down. Ball goes out of play from Kovacic as you saw Joe Linton struggling. That's gamesmanship there at its finest by Mateo Kovacic. Barnes is coming on, and so too here it looks like Longstaff will be coming on as well for Newcastle. Anthony Gordon is the first substitute to come off here, and he will be replaced by Harvey Barnes. And I think the other one will be Joe Linton for the Longstaff, should I say. And Man City lead by a goal to nil. Thanks to Julian Alvarez's strike. And I must say it was a well taken goal by Julian Alvarez, who scored one of the penalties in midweek as City beat Sevilla 5-4 on penalties to win the UEFA Super Cup. A 1-1 draw after Enesri put Sevilla in the lead. Palmer rescued it and took it to penalties. Interesting to see as it is Longstaff on for Joe Linton. In the other substitute there, I think, he looks like. And Joe Linton is going straight down the tunnel, I can report. So it looks like being good news for Newcastle fans. Here is Phil Foden. Twisting one way then the other. Here's Grealish now. Good play this from Jack Grealish. In towards the penalty area. Rodri, where he gives the ball away now. Newcastle can bear with Tonali. Plays it Round the corner looking for Harvey Barnes. That's a good bit of play, but just couldn't get an end of it there. Now Newcastle have to do their piece. Time to do some defending. They trail by a goal to 0 to Manchester City. Wonder what they can do here. And it's a free kick to Manchester City. Harvey Barnes goes into the referee's no, but that's Barnes' first foul since coming on. And for me, if I just look at this, for me, Walker pushes him out of the way. And if someone pushes you, you're going to try and push him back, which is what Barnes did. So for me, if Barnes were getting booked, then Walker should be getting booked as well. He was the one who lashed out first there. As here is Edison for City. Plays downfield looking for the run of Alvarez. Here's Trippier for Newcastle. He gives the ball away as Flooding intercepted. Mateo Kovacic blocked off here. Blocked off illegally by Bruno Guimaraes. Interesting to see how this game goes on, as that was the first goal of the season for Julian Alvarez tonight. It was Palmer who scored in the game against Arsenal at Wembley in the Community Shield before two from Ireland and Rodgers. Ireland goes in this time. Can't get there. Behind for a goal kick to Newcastle. In the opening match against Burnley, should I say that? And Manchester City just see the chance again, and that's a fantastic challenge there. And if we just watch this again, yes, he just does absolutely fantastic there, does the defender Bondman, just to play it onto the foot of Haaland to win his side, a throw in, and then it was Palmer against Sevilla in Athens. Then there's this one today. Interesting to see how this one goes. Julian Alvarez last season scored 17 goals in 49 appearances. That's all comps, 23 starts, 26 sub-appearances last season for Julian Alvarez. And Manchester City's already got a goal tonight. Brilliant bit of work this. And here is Josko Gvardiol. From his signing, it was from Leipzig. He's the centre back by trade, is Josko Gvardiol. And I'm going to ask you a little quiz question here now to our listeners. Paul, you can get in touch, you can get involved as well. The price tag that City paid for Josko Gvardiol, this is just a reported fee, was 77 million. That makes him the second most expensive defender of all time. After which other defender? Which other one? Who else is the most? Who is the most expensive defender? See if you know the answer to that one. If you want to get involved with that answer, you can tweet us at Commentary Live 1. Use the hashtag TCUbQuiz. And leave your answer. We'll reveal the answer a little bit later on in the programme, as the ball in towards the penalty area from Newcastle was easily claimed there by Edison, as Manchester City lead by a goal to nil. You don't miss much as I asked you that quiz question just over an hour gone now. Man City 1, Newcastle 0. And City will try and come forward with Foden into Grealish. Jack Grealish cuts in field. Foden outside of him wants to use him. Wonderful turn away. Jack Grealish does well. Manuel Akanji. Good work this from Manchester City. Josko Gvardiol. Wonderful play, Phil Foden. 1-2 with Grealish and Foden still going. Plays it through for Elland. Can Owen score it? This time no, it drags it wide. So unlucky for Erling Haaland. And again, tonight, he's had two big chances, the Norwegian. And both of the times, he has dragged his efforts wide of the target. I don't believe it whatsoever. And how can he not score there? All he's giving me his answer will give you until 65 minutes, so just under 2 minutes to give your answer. Josko Gvardiol signed for Manchester City for reported 77 million from RB Leipzig this summer, which makes him the second most expensive defender of all time, behind one other. Who is that other person? And City he's Haaland again, and what a fantastic save, another fantastic save this time by Nick Pope. As Haaland has had three good chances now in this game, which have caused problems for the Newcastle back line. On all three occasions, they failed to be punished from them. The latest one, saved by the legs of Nick Pope, is Walker commits a foul on Harvey Barnes, and for me, that should be a yellow card for Kyle Walker. But the referee's not giving him a yellow card. It remains Man City 1, Newcastle 0. Newcastle just knocking the ball around well at the back, as here is Kieran Trippier. Inside to Bruno Guimaraes, who knocks the ball down the line, looking for Miguel Almiron, who gets there. Miguel Almiron's running towards the edge of the penalty area. Roses on the edge of the box is Bruno Guimaraes. Guimaraes slices out the effort and he goes wide. And that's a glorious opportunity for Newcastle to draw level. From one end to the other. And Bruno Guimaraes just lashed at it, sliced it, whichever phrase you want to use, and the effort went wide. 65.5 minutes gone. Man City 1, Newcastle 0. As Isak comes off to be replaced by Callum Wilson. Sandro Tonali comes off as well to be replaced by Elliot Anderson. Double substitution there for Newcastle United. The answer to the question that I say, I'll recap that in a moment, as City will try and come forward here now with Phil Foden just on halfway. Back to Kovacic and now Diaz and now Edison. Oh, cool, calm and collected this from Man City as they played out from the back. Is Kyle Walker in field to Mateo Kovacic. Kovacic over halfway. Howard again on the right hand side is Kyle Walker. Ball chipped towards the back post. Another back by Trippier. The question again was Josko Gvardiol, the Croatian international, signed for Manchester City from RB Leipzig in August 2023 for reported 77 million, which makes him the most second most expensive defender of all time behind a certain someone. The answer to that will be coming up in just a second as the ball from Newcastle into the penalty area was cleared. Here is a Kanji now as City just brings this ball forward. Wonder what City have in their locker, if there's anything else left in their tanks to try and keep Newcastle out and extend their lead. Is Jack Grealish. Good run this from Grealish. And now he breaks for Akanji. Akanji, play on. The referee says play on. The referee's now stopped to those. Grealish remains down on his haunches here. Well, actually left on in the heap. And Fabian Schär did nothing wrong there. He's having a go at the referee, Jack Grealish. Whereas for me, that should not have been given. Trippier to take the throw in them for Manchester City, for Newcastle, and he gives it all the way back to Manchester City. Had the possession when the play was stopped. And then still a question, which was Josko Gvardiol, signed from RB Leipzig for Man City in August 2023, reported 77 million, which makes him the second most expensive defender of all time after. The answer is, of course, and congratulations, Paul James, our producer today, Harry Maguire, who moved from Leicester to Manchester United for £80 million. Congratulations there, Paul. You are our winner. With that one is Newcastle coming forward with Wilson. Callum Wilson still going. Plays the ball out wide to Harvey Barnes. Barnes goes for goal himself, and a shot saved by Edson. He really should have played it into the midfield. Really should have played it towards Miguel Almiron. There at the back post, or even Elliot Anderson. But he didn't do either. And they'll come away now. City win themselves a free kick. Foul on Phil Foden, who remains down. Bruno Guimaraes is the one who's fouled him. And that is, for me, if I watch it from this angle here, that could be a red card for Bruno Guimaraes. He's looking there, Bruno Guimaraes is not seeing the red. I'm wondering if VAR will be looking at this. I'm not sure if we're not getting anywhere that VAR are checking this. Bruno Guimaraes has been booked for the challenge though, but for me I think he should be sent off here. Free kick to City, foul on Phil Foden. The referee's only given a free kick, VAR checked it. A quick check from them, which was not given in. The ball's out wide with Kyle Walker now for Manchester City. With a little bit of play. Here's Akanji. And now, here comes Phil Foden. Into Julian Alvarez. Ball towards Foden again. Cut out well by Trippier. Here comes Miguel Almiron, who's charging forward for Newcastle United. Miguel Almiron still good on the right hand side. Pushing field towards Anderson, and Goes down, no free kick given. It's Oscar Guardiola. Comes away with the ball. Wonderful bit of play. It's Roger now. In the centre circle. Onto the far side. It goes and Kyle Walker. For the answer to your question is no. Yes, if he wins 80 million. We're getting the question right. The answer is no, my friend. What you get, Paul, is a friendship of mine for life. Which you had anyway. Well, just a confirmation of that is what you get. You're welcome, Paul, my friend. As we see the game between Manchester City and Newcastle unfold. It says 2 minutes on the clock. It's Man City 1, Newcastle 0 between the two sides. As a ball is played for, cleared away by Nooks, and Harvey Barnes picks up the loose ball. What can Newcastle conjure up in the final few minutes of this game if they are to get anything out of it? Man City 1, Newcastle 0. As Trippier is ball back to Shea, clears forward. And a run here with Callum Wilson. And Manuel Akanji. Akanji comes out on top initially. Wilson there to try and close him down. The referee says, no, there is now. Here comes Oscar Guardiola. Grealish now goes down. The referee says yes. Foul by Kieran Trippier. Trippier, the captain, has a word with the referee. Grealish down again here, and I'm just looking at this challenge again. And Grealish there, for me, could have stayed on his feet. As the late, great Ray Wilkins used to say, his saying was always, stay on your feet. And Grealish could have done that, in my opinion. But instead he goes down and wins his side a free kick. Of course, just on the Gimmerish challenge, yes, he may have gone for that, as here comes, well, it was the penalty area cleared away by the Newcastle defence as Foden just keeps City in possession, and it just Grealish says if Foden trying to close down Trippier. Trippier just shepherds him off, and lets the ball run out of play for a goal kick. He sees Pope taking the goal kick quickly and moving it over on the left far side. There go. It's Man City 1, Newcastle 0. Here they come with possession. He's forward fantastically well. Brings it under his chest, and here comes Almiron with the ball forward, cleared away. Breaks into the centre circle. Wonderful play this. Wonderful run in as well. What can they do with Barnes? Ball to Miguel Almiron. Back into Harvey Barnes. It's better cross to the walls of our post. Barnes keeps it in. It wasn't Barnes who put it in. I think it was Ben who ended up putting it in. Comes out to Bruno Guimaraes. Lines up a strike in now, does he know? Brilliant back heel from Almiron to Trippier. Trippier with the ball back in. He breaks for Harvey Barnes at the far post. Again, relentless pressure here now from Newcastle into the final 14 minutes of the game. City still lead by a goal to 0. Almiron can't keep this ball in play, can he? Just yes, he does. Does he well in the end. Wins his side of throwing too. Trippier takes quickly. Shaw. Bondman. Shaw again. Wonderful play this from Newcastle United, but just the final passage of play there between Longstaff and Almiron broke down. The communication line wasn't really open well enough there between the two players. Man City lead by a goal to 0. Newcastle are putting a very good and brave performance today to keep this game alive. Man City 1, Newcastle United. City come away with the ball. Can't pick out Ireland Roger there. And now Newcastle will come away with possession. It's Dan Burn to Wilson to Longstaff. Long breaking ball from Longstaff to Almiron. Miguel Almiron wins the throw-in. Up against Grealish out there. And Newcastle just gave the ball. Moving Almiron just managed to stick a foot in. Ahead of Julian Alvarez. Now Harvey Barnes plays in neat 1-2. No, he plays a 1 with Longstaff. Longstaff just one way than the other. Leaves the ball in. Comes into the boxes. Miguel Almiron at strike. In the back of Grealish. Comes out for Trippier. Bruno Guimaraes. Will end up a striking. Breaks for Barnes. Out wide and now Phil Foden can break here for Manchester City. He's only got Erling Haaland in for support. So he has to go on his own here at the moment, Phil Foden. Can't pick out Erling Haaland and now City will try and break away. Newcastle breaking away now. Burn. Big sell the win of Harvey Barnes. Want to check his run there momentarily. Longstaff. Good play this from Newcastle United. Knocking the ball around with comfortable easier. Bruno Guimaraes. Wonderful play here now. Ball is switched out wide to Harvey Barnes again. Down the line it goes from Harvey Barnes. Ball chipped in towards the penalty area. Breaks away. Julian Alvarez is there. Foden. He can clear the ball up towards Erling Haaland, and Haaland just loses out in a full race there with Shaw and Bondman. And now Newcastle coming forward here again now. He's out wide with Miguel Almiron. Newcastle started to build a bit of momentum. Keeping the ball well. When they lose it, they win it back fairly quickly. Longstaff out wide for Almiron. Almiron onside as he the flag goes up eventually against Miguel Almiron. And he was offside there in the end. Poor play in the end there between the two sides. It remains City 1, Newcastle 0. Going towards the final 10 minutes. Edison taking a bit of time over this free kick. Newcastle fans are hoping this time is added on here at the end. As Haaland in towards the penalty area, being penalised for a foul on Fabian Schär. He's saying there's no foul in that. Is Erling Haaland. And here is City getting back into shape to defend. But wonderful turn here from Anderson. And he finds Harvey Barnes. Oh, stumbles a little bit. Can't keep the ball in play. And the ball goes out for a goal kick. Was that for a throw, should I say, in the end to City. It looked like we were going to go for a goal kick. And then just swerved off at the last minute. Out for a throw-in. Man City 1, Newcastle 0. And now Phil Foden can break. He's got Alvarez on one side. Haaland and Grealish on the other. He goes to Alvarez. Alvarez with the ball in. Heads away by Schär. Fed away by Burn. Burn's there again. Fed away by Bondman. Only as far as Rodri. Goes back to Walker. Now Akanji. It was Diaz. It was Ruben Diaz to Akanji. Now Akanji has it again from Rodri. Walker. Good control from Kyle Walker. Foden now. Kovacic back to Foden, and Kovacic and Foden just knocking it between themselves. Here's Rodri getting involved in that little passage of play there. Kovacic does well on the ball, but gives the ball away this time and brings down his man. He's going to be He's looking not to go into the book here. And we're just looking at this here now for Manchester City against Newcastle. It remains City 1, Newcastle into the final 8 minutes of the game. Ball in towards the penalty area from the free kick for Newcastle. But Foden wins it back for City, so they will now try and break here. Can City get the ball forward? It's Foden to Alvarez. Willian Alvarez lets the ball, can't keep the ball in play. He's a throw to Newcastle. They will take it quickly. Trippier. What can Kieran Trippier do here now? Finds Share, who goes back to Trippier. Long ball forward. Over the head of the striker there. Elliot Anderson, who's just behind the woman of Callum Wilson now, since the substitutions have been made. It remains City 1, Newcastle 0, thanks to that Julian Alvarez goal in the first half. And now City will try and come away with possession. Ruben Dias does well to find Roger out wide to Grealish. Grealish attacking forward. Good bit of play this from Rodri. Grealish, wonderful bit of footwork. What can City doing now is Grealish to Rodri. Kovacic back to Rodri, now Kovacic again. Dias tries to get down line for Foden. Newcastle just keep the ball in play. One clever skills here. And now Barnes to Burn. Gets it forward towards Wilson. Who else looking for armour on. He's behind him. And Grealish just gives him play. He's been told to take his time there. Jack Grealish by Pep Guardiola. City 1, Newcastle 0. It is Jack Grealish. Good play to Rodri, who's twisting, turning, finds Akanji. Now Walker. Good play this from City as they try and build up the play. Foden brings it down on his chest and does well there for Foden. Pulls on Bondman's shirt. Only a throw-in given. Which way is the throw-in being given? I think it's been given to City, but Foden is down here. Looks like there's going to be another change here for Newcastle United. And it looks as though it's going to be Tino Livramento who will be coming on here for Newcastle. Miguel Almiron going off. And there's Bondman coming off actually. Bondman off for Tino Livramento in the end there. I think Miguel Almiron's just come across. Just trying to get some instructions on board. It remains City 1, Newcastle 0. No, in fact, I think it is Almiron who's gone off. And we're getting ready to that territory now where we start thinking about player of the match. And it was Miguel Almiron who went off rather than the aforementioned Sven Bondman. Bondman is still on there, so for the confusion. As we get ready for the final few minutes in this game, it remains City 1, Newcastle 0. as we get ready for City. We've had a few moments here. City 1, Newcastle 0. Here comes City in possession. What can they do with the ball? It breaks for Edison. Akanji under pressure from Longstaff and Barnes. But now City come away with the ball. It's Julian Alvarez, a contender for player of the match, in my opinion. Ball goes in towards a penalty area. It's cleared away. And it's City who still lead by a goal to nil in this game in the end. What can City do here with possession? We'll just watch this throw before we announce our player of the match. As City just keep hold of the ball. Gravadio, Akanji, Rodri. And Rodri's pass is poor. Out for a throw, and now I can announce our player of the match. And the player of the match, which as ever has been sponsored by the brilliant commentary services owned by Barry Swain, goes to Man City's goal scorer and number 19, Julian Alvarez. Not just for his goal, but for the overall performance from him tonight. Been absolutely superb. Julian Alvarez, our player of the match. As now Foden's inside the penalty. Phil Foden trying to seal it. Drags the shot in the end. And Manchester City almost doubling their advantage there. Alvarez involved in our player of the match. He laid it off for Haaland. Haaland through for Foden. Foden drags the shot wide. Takes the deflection off the foot of Nick Pope. And Man City still lead by a goal to nil. And why ever it's still 0-0, Newcastle will be thinking we've got plenty of time to get back into this game. It only takes a mistake from City, which is not very prone to doing, many of, and or a lapse in concentration at the back for City, which will allow Newcastle in to score. Ball in towards the penalty area this time, and it's saved by Pope, who rolls it out quickly to get Dan Burn and Newcastle on the charge down the left hand side. Tries to pick out Wilson. We can't, but the offside flag is up there, and we're going to see how many minutes will be in just a moment or so. Good performance as well from a number of Man City players, including Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, or Erling Haaland, even though he's not scored. Rodri and Kovacic have worked well together in that midfield. They're looking to build a good solid partnership with De Bruyne out for up to 4 months due to injury. As City fans get behind their team as we into 5 additional minutes of stoppage time. We've almost played a minute of it. But here comes Kyle Walker, walking towards the penalty area, running down the right hand side, goes back to Diaz, now Rodri, Akanji's there, good play this, Walker, Kovacic now joining the attack. Here is Rodri to Walker, Kovacic again, Rodri again, Kovacic, Rodri. Good bit of skill this from Manchester City to keep hold of the ball. Brilliant play to Phil Foden. Good work from Foden. He does exceptionally well. Rodri down the line into Julian Alvarez. Alvarez back it goes. What can he do here now? City lead by a goal to nil. Here is Ruben Diaz. Out wide for Walker. Down the line it goes. Julian Alvarez is there. Twisting away from one. Can't get away from the second. Ball back to the goalkeeper Pope. Now Trippier. Back to Pope again. And now Newcastle will try and get an equalising goal here, which is something that their performance deserves a goal from. City still lead, and it's Kovacic who's coming away with possession. Goes down Mateo Kovacic. The referee is giving a free kick again here. As Bruno Guimaraes commits a foul. He's already been booked here. Bruno Guimaraes. And I'm surprised that Bruno Guimaraes has not been given a second yellow card here. So I'm very much surprised about that. It remains 1-0 to Manchester City. Closing stages of the game. Bowling towards the penalty, breaks for Jack Grealish. Wonderful play from Grealish. Down the line it goes. Off of Trippier. Throwing to City. City taking all the time in the world. They need to run down the clock. Gvardiol with a throw to Grealish. And down the corner flag it's Haaland. Right to the corner. Plays it off of Trippier. Behind for a corner. Foden telling everyone to keep their heads switched on. Not to make any rash challenges. City have possession with Rodri. Gvardiol. Haaland. Rodri again. Chip ball for looking for Foden. Burnham Bowman tied it well for Newcastle. Is a goal kick. Pope. Look to get this ball moving quickly for Newcastle. Guimaraes. Bowman. Newcastle will look to get the ball forward quickly if they can. It's Sven Bowman. Plays it out wide to this right hand side. Ball trying to get forward from Tino Livramento. He can't do that. City have a throw in, which will be taken by Josko Gvardiol, who is going to take all the time in the world and waste the time that he can, which is unfair. This is called time wasting. This is no gamesmanship by Manchester City at all, and Newcastle will try and come away with the ball. If he can get Wilson away, but Edison is out. He clears it high into the air. Throwing for Newcastle. Trippier will one last chance saloon. Final 10 seconds of the 90. Of the stoppage time, should I say. Newcastle almost falling to defeat here. It's Man City 1, Newcastle 0. Wonderful play this. We play the 5 minutes. Newcastle on the attack. It's Barnes. Down the line it goes, but there it is. It's all over. Manchester City win in the Premier League at the Etihad. 2 wins out of 2 in the Premier League. After a 3-0 demolition of Burnley last week, today they had to work a little bit harder for the victory. But a wonder goal from Julian Alvarez in the first half has sealed the victory for Manchester City. A very big thank you to everybody who's tuned in tonight. It's been a wonderful game. You can join the team tomorrow when we have more Premier League live action. But from myself and the rest of the team here at the commentary hub, we bid you a very good night. On a day where Manchester City complete the victory over Newcastle United. Full time in the Premier League. It's Man City 1, Newcastle United 0. From all of the team here, it's a very good night to you all.